event. Founders Village has put in a lot of hard work for these Tech Weekend events. They've hosted several of them over the past few years with thousands of people in attendance. They pump one every 2 months, just like clockwork. And imagine what kind of country we'd be in if our politicians and government were just as reliable and efficient. Not only is this a great event, it's an affordable event. $150 for a 3-day event, $275 for a stay at a fantastic hotel is a steal of a deal. Yasmin, the residents of San Francisco would really appreciate it if you could have a word with the city's housing department, and give them a few pointers. It's great to be here with people from all around the world, all these different countries. An Indian, a Ukrainian, and a Korean walk into a bar. They all speak to each other in English. I've actually visited, I'm a digital nomad, I've visited over 60 different countries, which is almost as many countries that the US military has visited. In fact, I've been to 69 countries, exactly 69. I think I'm gonna stop traveling just so I can repeat that number. Most people burn out and then they go on vacation, whereas I figure if I'm constantly on vacation, I'm never gonna burn out. It's great, about a year ago, I was in Antigua, Guatemala, and I'm looking for an Airbnb to stay at, and one of them looked really promising until I read the description that said, "You'll be staying here with me, my dogs, my cats, my chickens, and a lovely donkey. The chickens are very friendly and will sing to you in the morning." And I'm thinking, man, this is the strangest Airbnb I've ever seen. And what made it more awkward is it was a 1-bedroom apartment. Where are these animals gonna stay? Does he have like a roof, a farm on the roof or something? Are those chickens gonna be in with me in that 1 bedroom? I thought the B&B and Airbnb stood for bed and breakfast and not barn and beasts. I guess the breakfast would be the eggs from the chicken. So needless to say, I'm really glad to be here in San Francisco, staying at a hotel without any livestock. So, a lot of people shit on San Francisco, both literally and figuratively. But it's actually a really great place. Where else can you pitch your $1 million startup to a billionaire VC who's dressed like a homeless person? San Francisco is also the only city in the world where you can pitch your startup idea to the person next to you in the public bathroom. Anywhere else you're gonna look like a complete lunatic and get security to haul you off, but I've actually seen it happen here in San Francisco. Now, I've got a startup idea I'd like to pitch to all of you. Now, don't try to run away to the bathroom, because I'll follow you in there to pitch it. And we're in San Francisco, so I can go into any bathroom I want. So, how many of you have used online dating apps? Raise your hand if you've used online dating. Come on, I know there's a lot of technical people, but I know you've gone on dates. Now, how many of you hate online dating? Raise your hand. Hate online dating. Even more people, surprisingly. I think the reason why we hate online dating is because it's nothing like online shopping. With Amazon, they have one-click ordering, and within 24 hours you get exactly what you want. Whereas on Tinder, you can swipe hundreds of times for weeks, and all you get is ghosted. Amazon also has verified reviews from people who have experienced the product. Imagine how great online dating would be if they had verified reviews of people who have experienced that date. Yeah, Jason was a great boyfriend. The dog in the car and his profile pictures were real. Neither of them were rentals. The relationship went really well. The only reason why we broke up is because he got a job offer in a different country, so I didn't want to move. 4 out of 5 stars. Amazon also has verified weight and size dimensions. That's all I'm going to say about that. When you order an Uber, if the car doesn't look exactly like the photo, you don't go in. Whereas if you go on a date and your date doesn't look like that photo, you're still expected to go in. Also, with e-commerce, they have detailed descriptions of the product so you can understand what you're getting into before you make the purchase. Whereas with online dating, people have bios, they either have no bio or they have a bio that is so bad it might as well be no bio. You know, I was on Tinder and this one girl's bio said, my unique interests include Netflix, sushi, and napping. Okay, first of all, none of those are unique interests. Second of all, 2 out of those 3 things are basic human needs shared by all of society, eating and sleeping. If y'all would put in half as much effort into your Tinder bios and writing your Tinder bios that you put in writing your pitch decks, 10 times more dates would get closed. So this is my $1 billion idea, make online dating more like online shopping. You know, now that I think about it, I should have gotten all of you to sign an NDA before I got on stage. And I've already got the perfect name for this company, Real Dates, funded by Bill Gates. You know, even though I'm not a founder of an online dating software company, I am the founder of another type of software company. Our idea was to revolutionize the political communication system rather than communicating once every 4 years with our government. You know, imagine how successful your relationship would be if you only communicated to your partner once every 4 years. For those of you in less than desirable relationships, I bet you wish you were only communicating to your partner once every 4 years. So I was talking to our head of development, Ahmed, and he said, you know, we got to do a DEI audit. And I said, listen, Ahmed, if you want to embrace diversity, equity, and inclusion by making the software development team more racially diverse, we're going to have to fire at least 5 Mohammeds. Literally everyone on the team, except for you and Arjun, is named Mohammed. He's like, Peter, you're completely wrong. My middle name is Ahmed. Okay, what's your first name? Mohammed. You know, there's some startup ideas that just make no sense to me and I don't understand. For instance, escape rooms, I've never understood the appeal of escape rooms. If I wanted to be trapped in a room for hours, filled with confused people, and be forced to solve complicated problems in order to escape, I would just go back to my high school calculus class, which I failed anyways. Another startup idea that makes no sense to me is hot pots, you know, hot pot restaurants. For those fortunate enough to never go to them, how it works is they give you a pot of boiling water and they give you vegetables and meat to put in it. I thought the whole point of going to a restaurant was so that you don't have to cook. You know, if I have to cook my own meal, am I expected to wash the dishes afterwards? Doesn't make any sense to me. If anything with the tips too, do I have to tip or do I get the tips because I cooked the meal? You know, big tech companies really piss me off. I got an email from Google the other day saying my 15 gigabytes of Google Drive storage is running out, so I need to buy more. It's like, what the heck, Google? I thought the deal was you take my data and I get unlimited storage. Like, you literally have terabytes of my data, including years of incognito browser history that I didn't consent to. And now you're asking me to pay for 15 measly gigabytes? You know, that's like someone robbing me and then charging me a deposit fee because I had too much cash. Like, you know, what's next? Is Instagram going to start charging me as soon as I go over 100 photos? That's everything. Thanks for, you know, listening to me. I hope you had a good laugh. Promote peace and freedom, and my business partner Chase and I will be up next. So I know there's a fundraising 101. We're going to be talking about grants. So just in case your fundraising round doesn't go too well, you can get some pointers from us. Thank you.
Awesome.